Hello, in this session, we'll go with electrophilic aromatic substitution. In general, we call this as EAS. I'll give you all possible reactions with mechanism. There is a maximum possibility of asking a question based on this in JE main, NEET exams and all. Mechanism is not much important, not much required also. But in mechanism, there are some steps where the generation of electrophile may be asked. Okay, so this session we are going to have only for entrance examination purpose. When benzene is treated with an electrophile, it is going to replace the hydrogen present on benzene. This is the reaction. Electrophile is going to substitute the hydrogen from the aromatic ring. That's why this is called electrophilic aromatic substitution. This is the overall reaction. We'll take some examples for this. The first one is halogenation. I'm taking chlorination. You can go for bromination, iodination, also no problem. Chlorination generally we take. Benzene, when treated with chlorine in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3, it forms chlorobenzene. Means one hydrogen present here is going to be replaced. How the reaction takes place? See the simple mechanism. The first step of mechanism is generation of electrophile ClCl. There is a bond and we have anhydrous AlCl3. Remember, this is mandatory anhydrous because it must function like a Lewis acid. It is not having electrons, so it is functioning like a Lewis acid. So this electron pair is shifted here. So this chlorine is going to become like Cl+. Cl+ is electrophile. Without any electron present it is. Okay, now one electron lost from this bond, so it is becoming like electrophile. Cl+ is electrophile. And the next one is AlCl4-. So first step is generation of electrophile and we got here Cl+. Next, this Cl+ is going to attack on benzene ring. Attack of electrophile on benzene ring. Here, every place there will be hydrogen. I am not mentioning all the hydrogens, but I am showing you two hydrogens here. And when the Cl+ is going to come towards this benzene, this electron pair is shifted to this. So this pi bond is going to form a sigma bond here. This hydrogen I am not touching. This hydrogen also I am not touching. And for example, let us say the chlorine is added here. So this bond, okay, now instead of having a bond between two carbon atoms, now this is going to shift towards carbon and chlorine like this. So this place is loss of electrons. So at this place there will be plus charge. Next step is, actually it has lost its aromaticity. This is not aromatic now, it is not aromatic, but conjugation is there. Okay, now conjugation is there, resonance is there, but it is not aromatic. So it loses this proton and this electron pair will be back. So it becomes chlorobenzene, and this proton is actually removed by AlCl4-, means one HCl is going to form and your AlCl3 will be as it is. So AlCl3 is a catalyst here. It's a Lewis acid, it's a catalyst. You are getting it as it is in the form. It is very much useful in the formation of the electrophile. First electrophile is formed, that electrophile is attacking here, and this is, you can call this as sigma complex. This sigma complex is not aromatic, but it is stable. Okay, because of resonance it is stable, but it is not aromatic. Loses proton and gains aromaticity back. It is halogenation. You can take here bromine also, no problem. Iodine also, no problem. But iodine reaction is not so easy. Another reaction is nitration. Nitration is very special because in nitration we are going to use concentrated HNO3 and concentrated H2SO4 by volume 1:1. But stoichiometric equation wise it is 1:2 mole ratio. NO2 plus is formed plus H3O plus and 2 moles of HSO4-. You can see here H2SO4 is losing proton, so it is functioning like an acid, and HNO3 functions like a base. Very, very interesting point. This can be asked in your exam. In nitration, the role of HNO3 is HNO3 functions like a base and H2SO4 functions like an acid. It gives H plus ion and it gives OH minus ion. Okay, so NO2 plus is formed. This NO2 plus is the electrophile. The reaction is routine reaction. When concentrated HNO3, concentrated H2SO4 is used in 1:1 ratio by volume, below 60 degrees Celsius, it's a mandatory condition. Remember, above 60 degrees Celsius or around 100 degrees Celsius, you are going to get metadinitrobenzene. So below 60 is mandatory, and you are getting your nitrobenzene. Hydrogen from here replaced by electrophile NO2. Okay, now I am not writing the complete mechanism. If you know this step, the remaining steps are known to you. Now on the benzene, NO2 plus is coming, sigma complex, everything is same. This is nitration. Nitration mandatory conditions, below 60 degrees Celsius, both must be concentrated by volume, they must be in 1:1 ratio. That's important. The next one is sulfonation. It's again very special sulfonation. When benzene is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, you are going to get SO3H here, which we call benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. So here again one question is possible for you, that is concentrated H2SO4 actually gives H2O and SO3. So where is the electrophile? Here, this is the electrophile which is not having any positive charge, so it is very special. It is neutral electrophile. So this is again your question. The electrophile in sulfonation is SO3. It is not having any plus charge, SO3 only. SO3 structure will be like this. This electron pair when shifts here, sulfur will be having plus charge, oxygen will be having negative charge. Because of the generation of plus charge here, it can now function like an electrophile. So this is very special in sulfonation conditions. Concentrated sulfuric acid, benzene gives you benzene sulfonic acid, and the electrophile here is neutral SO3. One more reaction in this category is Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Friedel-Crafts alkylation is when you are treating RX in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 again, you will be getting an al group, alkyl benzene. Concept is very simple. For example, you are having CH3Cl with AlCl3. CH3 plus is formed here, AlCl4 minus. The rest is not in. CH3 plus is going to attack on benzene, so electrophilic aromatic substitution. But here some very interesting things are there. Let us discuss about them. Let us take N-propyl chloride, CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl. And after losing chlorine, it will become CH3, CH2, CH2 plus, which is a primary carbocation, 1 degree carbocation. 1 degree carbocation is less stable. So here there is a hydride shift, H minus, hydride shift will be there. From here to here, hydride shift will be there. Because of that hydride shift, it will become CH3CH, which is a secondary carbocation. What happened here actually? CH3, CH, I am writing H like this, CH2 plus. I am showing this compound, which is primary carbocation. This is the primary carbocation. Now this is called hydride shift, H minus. Okay, hydrogen with electrons it is moving, so this is called hydride shift, which is resulting in the formation of a secondary carbocation. Secondary carbocation is stable. So if you are taking this one, you don't expect this bond is going to, this carbon is going to add. This carbon won't add. Okay, now this carbon will be added. So you are getting that isopropyl benzene. I am giving you the equation you see. If benzene is given with like this, anhydrous AlCl3, don't expect a N-propyl benzene. Instead of that, you expect isopropyl benzene. Isopropyl benzene, common name is cumene. Humine is formed. Very, very, very special reaction. For example, if you take this compound, okay, 2 methyl 1 chloro, okay, now second methyl 1 phosphorus chloro. Then after losing the chlorine in the form of chloride ion, CH3, CH, CH3, CH2 plus, which is a primary carbocation. So this hydrogen from here will be shifted here, so that you are getting here CH3, CH3, CH3. After getting hydrogen, it will become CH3. The plus charge will be here, which is a tertiary carbocation, more stable. So if you are using this compound on benzene, okay, on benzene if you are using this compound, but this is going to be attacked on benzene, and the product will be, this is carbon with 3 methyl groups. Okay, you don't get attached to this place, but you are getting this one. So there is rearrangement. That's why these are interesting questions in entrance examinations. The next one is Friedel-Crafts acylation. It is very similar to alkylation, but slight change is there. CH3COCl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. This point is common. Lewis acid, and you are getting here COCH3. Acetophenone. So what is the advantage of this reaction, and what is the electrophile formed here? CH3 C double bond O Cl. When you are using AlCl3, it is out. You are getting here CH3 C double bond O with plus charge. This plus charge is formed here, and it is going to be attacking on the benzene ring. One last question in this category. If you want to prepare from benzene to a N-propyl benzene, then Friedel-Crafts acylation is a very good technique. What you need to do is, first you take benzene, then treat this with CH3 CH2 COCl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. Here there is no rearrangement possible because the formed cation will be with C double bond O, so no such rearrangements are there. So that's why you will be getting here directly C double bond O CH2 CH3. No rearrangement is there. Okay, now so remember, this is very, very interesting reaction. Then go for simple reduction, Clemmensen reduction or Wolff-Kishner reduction. Ketones can be converted to, ketone group can be converted to alkanes type. So this is one wonderful question in order to get N-propyl. If you are using normally Friedel-Crafts alkylation, you will be getting the isopropyl benzene. So the best method is use acylation. Acylation, there is no rearrangement, then go for simple reduction. So thank you. We'll meet with other topics in next session.